Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to use for loop in Java. So let's begin. I have started IntelliJ. Now what I will be doing, I will be adding one new Java class to it. Let me give name as for loop demo. So you can see a class has been created. Now I will add main class to it. So let me write psvm and tab. Okay, so after adding main method, what I'm going to do, I'm going to write certain lines of code to demonstrate for loop. Okay, for loop is third category of loop in Java. We have already seen while loop and do while loop. Loops are used for doing certain tasks repeatedly. So for loop is also used if you want to do certain tasks repeatedly. So here I'm going to show you how for loop works as compared to while loop. Okay. So in my previous video, I have shown a code for printing number from 1 to 10 using while loop, using do while loop. Now same I will be showing using for loop. Later on, I will be making one more code for doing certain different tasks. So let's begin with the basic thing. So instead of writing for loop first, what I'm going to do, I'm going to write while loop and then I will be showing you how for loop works. So let me create a variable int I and I'm assigning value 1 to this variable and then what I'm writing while I less than or equal to 10 and then what task I want to do, I want to print what the value of I and then increment the value of I. Okay, so this was the code which we have done already. Now same code I'm trying to write using for loop. So first of all, what I have done in while loop, I have created a variable, conditional variable, and then I have assigned value to this variable. And then here I'm writing condition and increment or decrement value is over here. So now what I'm doing, I'm writing syntax of for over here. So how we have to write for loop? First we have to use for keyword and then initialization. So after initialization, we have to put semicolon and after that we have to put condition and then we have to increment or decrement the value of conditional variable. So that you can write over here. So this is what syntax of for loop. Now same syntax I'm going to use over here. So what I'm doing, I'm creating one variable int j and I'm assigning value 1 to it. Why I'm assigning 1? Because I want to print number from 1 to 10. So I'm starting it from 1. Then what I'm doing, I'm writing condition that it should be less than or equal to 10. So here you can write less than or equal to 10 or you can write strictly less than 11. That is also okay. I'm writing less than or equal to 10 and then next part you have to do what? J plus plus or increment or decrement the value of J. So here I'm not going to decrement because I want to print from 1 to 10. So I'm going to increment it. Then after this, you can put a curly bracket. If it is a single statement, you can omit the curly bracket also. And then I'm printing. Let me explain each and every part, whatever I have written over here. So this is called as initialization. This line is equivalent to the line which we wrote for while loop. So what we did, we created variable over here and we assigned value to it. Same I'm doing here. So this is going to execute it only once. And then what I'm having condition. So condition will be checked. If condition is true, then the statement will be executed. The same thing was happening in while loop. Condition were checked. If condition is evaluated as true, then statement was executed. So after executing statement, what was happening? We were incrementing value of I variable. Same we are doing in for loop also. After executing this statement, it will come back again over here and it will increment the value of J variable. So you can see here we have done same thing using while loop and same I am doing using for loop also. Okay, so now let me run this program to show you output. You can see it has printed value of I as well as it has printed value of J also. Okay, now I would like to add one more thing over here about this variable. If you create variable inside for loop, then this variable won't be accessible after this for loop. So let me print this j variable here. So you can see IntelliJ is giving me error that cannot resolve symbol j, because I have created this variable over here and the scope of variable is till this for loop. So if you want to use this variable after also, instead of creating variable inside for loop, you can do what? You can create variable outside for loop. You can see the error has been resolved. Another way is also there. What you can do, you can remove initialization part from here, and what you can do, you can write this statement over here. That is also acceptable in Java. So this initialization is executed only one, that is just for initializing your conditional variable. Then what it will do, it will check the condition, it will print the statement, and then it will again execute what? Increment or decrement part. Another thing, if you want to execute a for loop in infinite way, then you can omit all this part and just keep all part blank. Then what will happen? It will go into infinite loop. I'll run this program again to show you how it goes into infinite loop. So you can see it has gone into finite. If you want to run certain tasks continuously, you can omit the condition as well as increment and decrement part. So this way you can create infinite loop using for statement. Okay, now what I will do, I will delete all this code and I'm going to write a program for printing table of a number, and we are going to accept the number from user. So I have created object of scanner class. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask user that enter any number, and then I'm going to store that number in a variable n. So I'm using next method, sc.nextInt method for reading value from user. I'm going to write for loop, and the condition in for loop is what? Since I want to print table, so I have to start from 1 and then I'm going to give it as less than or equal to 10, and then here increment should be done by 1, so therefore I'm writing I plus plus. Now next is what? Printing table in a format like 2 then star then 1 equal to 1, then again I'm going to write 2 star 2 is equal to 4, and so on. So what is this 2? This 2 is nothing but my accepted number. So for that I'm writing n, and star I want to print as it is, so therefore I'm putting that in double quotes. And then after that I want 1, 2, 3, 4 till 10. So that value is stored in my I variable. So I'm writing I. Then again I want to print what? Equal to. So equal to I wrote, and then what I want? Multiplication of n and I. So in a parenthesis what I'm writing? N star I. So this is going to give me product of that number. So 2 into 1, 2, 2 into 2, 4. So it is asking me to enter any number. I have entered 2, and what it is printing? 2 into 1 equal to 2, 2 into 2 equal to 4, and 2 into 3 equal to 6, and so on till 2 into 10 equal to 20. So because I have taken range from 1 to 10. So this way you can make any program using for loop. So it is printing table of any number. You enter any number, it is going to print table up to 10. So it's not always compulsory to start from 1. You can start from any range. Whatever is your requirement, you can give over here. So now let me change this program slightly. So what I'll do, I'll start from 0 and I'll go up to what? 20. So that it should print table from 0 to 20. So let's rerun it again. Okay, so now it is asking me to enter number. I have entered 3. Now you can see it is printing from 0 to what? 20, because I have changed my for loop to start from 0 and go up to 20. So range depends on your programming requirement. As per your requirement, you can give range. Also, this increment part you can change as per your need. So I have given increment by 1. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to print what? Even multiples. So let me change from 1 to 2. So now what I'm doing, I'm changing this I value. So I should be incremented by 2. So it is going to print all even multiple of a particular table. So let's rerun and check. I'm giving 4 as input. So you can see here it has printed 0, 2, 4, 6 and up to 20. Since I incremented it by 2, therefore it is printing all even multiple of a given number. So this way you can make any kind of program using for loop. Not compulsory to use for loop. You can use as per your convenience or the loop in which you are comfortable. Now last point is what? You can omit this increment or decrement part from the syntax and you can write inside what? Curly bracket also. So that syntax is also not going to give you any problem because it is a perfect syntax. I'm doing what? I'm doing increment or decrement inside my curly bracket. So what will happen after checking condition? It will execute the statement and then it will increment my I value. So this is also another way to write what? Syntax of for loop. Okay, so this completes today's topic. In my next video, I will be taking break and continue statement with another example. Friends, if you have not subscribed to my channel, do subscribe it today and don't forget to share my videos with your friends, and also do hit on like button, and if you have any query you can post in comment box. I'm going to surely reply to your queries. Also friends, do hit on bell icon to get notification from my channel. See you in my next video. Till that, bye bye and take care.